Saturday night. Welcome to the Jonathan Ross Show. Let's start, as we always do, having a look at my green room, seeing who's on the show tonight. My first guest is the super talented actor and star of huge hit comedies, including Swingers, Dodgeball and Wedding Crashers. Welcome to the fabulous Vince Vaughn, ladies and gentlemen. Also, alongside in my green room, the biggest rap star in Britain right now. His debut release was the first grime album to reach #1 in the UK charts. It could only be one man, the phenomenal Stormzy! Stormzy, how good evening to you. That's right, Stormzy on the show. Now, we also have another musical superstar with us, a homegrown British musical superstar. His record was the biggest-selling debut album last year, and I was as surprised as everyone else was. It's Bradley Walsh! He's huge, Bradley, he's huge! And deservedly so. And with us tonight, we first saw him in Billy Elliot. He's gone on to become one of the country's finest young actors, and he is here with Hollywood royalty. It's Jamie Bell and Annette Bening, ladies and gentlemen. Well, they're not here right now. They're hot-footing over from the premiere of their latest movie that's happening elsewhere in London right now, but they'll be here before the end of the show. Finally, we've got another #1 artist. He'll be performing for us at the end of the show. I'm thrilled he's here. The fabulous Jamie Lawson. Jamie, thanks so much for coming on. OK, so, before we get to that, just a reminder, in case you've forgotten this, you only have until midnight tomorrow to use your old round pound coins. OK, they're going out of circulation. The Royal Mint has said that after that they're no longer legal. Apparently, criminals found them too easy to forge, so you should check everywhere. Make sure you haven't got any of the old £1 coins. If you have, you've got to spend them. And, of course, the place to check first would be down the back of the sofa. That's where everyone loses their change. So I'm going to ask everyone in the green room to lead by example. If you could check down the back of the sofa, see if any other guests have left any change down there. There you go. Stormzy's a pound up already. He's got one already. Vince, you got anything down the back there?
There seems to be a medal here.
Oh, it's one of Mo Farah's. He's got too many. He leaves them lying around. Bradley, what are you struggling with there? You found any coins?
Hang on, Joel. Hang on.
Maybe it was Mo's, but... I'm going to accept this as a welcome.
Wow. How long have you been stuck down there for, Louis?
Since 2013, the last time you had me on.
Louis Spence, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. Let's get my first guest out. He is one of the biggest stars in Hollywood. He's 6'5", in fact. It's the super talented Vince Vaughn, ladies and gentlemen. Great to have you back on the show.
Great to be with you.
Now, I mentioned your height at the top there, 6'5",
yes.
and I guess that must be a thing. People must comment on that quite a lot, don't they?
When you're tall, people say, yeah, you're tall. They point it out as if you wouldn't know, but yes, it is brought up.
Because tonight we have another 6'5" on the show. Stormzy is of the same height, so that must be unusual for you to be in the company of a gentleman of the same sort of stature.
It is. You know, I always was under the assumption that I was maybe the tallest actor in the world until I recently came over and did a film over here with Stephen Merchant, who directed the movie. He's a lovely gentleman, but he's a tall drink of water is what Stephen Merchant is.
He's 9'7", I think, isn't he?
He's 9'6.5". He's right there.
Let me ask you about your new film. I saw the new movie. It opens next Friday. It's called Brawl in Cell Block 99. And it's a pretty brutal film, isn't it? I mean, it's a kind of... I loved it. I like that kind of movie, but it's hardcore action.
It really is. The director did Bone Tomahawk, and he's very original voice. And this movie here is kind of, you know, it's very interesting. It's very character-based, but when it gets violent, it's really violent.
Yeah, super violent.
Yeah, the fighting is, for an American movie, is done very much in sort of a Hong Kong style and very, very brutal and realistic.
We saw on the poster there, you shaved your head for this part.
I did.
Have you gone bald for a role before?
No, I haven't. I was just glad it grew back at my age, but I went bald, and it was in the script for the character, so I did what I needed to do, yeah.
And so now, what kind of reaction do you get as a bald man, we've established you're a tall man, as
That's
a tall,
right.
bald man?
Yes.
What kind of reaction did the hair get from those who knew you with hair?
Well, it was a surprise to my kids when it first happened. They were quite surprised Daddy's bald. And then on the street, people just go, why, this guy's bald? But I think people are nervous, like they don't know, are you going through some kind of a treatment?
Yeah.
So you can see they want to make a joke, but they're not sure whether they should or not.
And did your wife enjoy feeling the bald, the tip of your head, and she reached up expecting to run her fingers through the luscious locks, because you got luscious locks.
I do.
And then what's there?
Well, I don't like to bring my little bedroom secrets out in public, but yes, it was an exciting time.
Did you ask her to return the favor? Did you ask her to shave her head so you could experience the
No, I did not, although that could have been an exciting time.
Yeah.
Couple of bald folks just enjoying the zoom on each other's stuff.
It's something to shoot for.
Where are you when I need a good idea?
You know, but it's interesting because it's not so much the physical change in you. It's a very different kind of informal screen. It's a very different sort of part for you.
It is, yeah. It's kind of a movie about a guy who's sort of unapologetic, who, you know, sort of has to go on a journey to you know, do what he has to do. So it's much more of a quiet, more kind of hurt, rageful character than I've played before.
Okay, let's have a look at the clip. We're going to show you a clip of this is Brawl in Cell Block 99. I loved it, and I'm recommending it to everyone. Have a look at this.
Every once in a while, I see a man in that chair who could just as easily be on this side of the table.
That muscle just for show. Helps me lift stuff.
Man principle.
Relinquish it now.
You know the difference between right and wrong, and you have a moral compass. I knew before you told me that you got an American flag in your home, you probably got more than one. You're a patriot.
Don't tell me my business. I do things direct, and I have a system. Minimum freedom.
I'm not going to tell you anything you want to hear, and prison will give me plenty of time to look at guys I don't like.
Brawl in Cell Block 99. It's out everywhere. It's violent, but it's amazing. So you must be pretty pleased with it. You're pretty proud of that, I imagine.
Yeah, you know, the response has been terrific.
Yeah.
So it's been nice to go to all the festivals, and we've gotten a lot of great critical response. And it's a fun movie to see with the crowd. It gets a lot of reaction.
Now, do you train for it? Do you train for those sort of fight scenes? Do you do any kind of, you know, contact sport yourself in real life?
You know, younger, I boxed a little bit on and off, and I kind of revisited that to get, you know, kind of comfortable. I wrestled a little competitively younger, and I currently do jiu-jitsu with the Gracies in California because I took my daughter to go to that school, and then I kind of got roped into it, but I've been enjoying it very much. So I do it just for fun as a hobby.
How old is your daughter?
She's 6.5.
So you do jiu-jitsu with 6-year-old children?
Why would you take something kind between a father and daughter and try to turn it weird?
I'm just saying,
why would you do that? That's not who you are.
It seems to me that if the contestants in jiu-jitsu against you are 6, then it seems like you might have an advantage.
Well, it would appear to be that, but when you're undefeated, everyone looks to, you know, point to something that they can say why you're undefeated. All I know is someone wants to shut me up, beat me, 6-year-old. You know what I mean?
It's not the kind of movie you could let your kids see, of course. This is no way a suitable movie for young people. But have they enjoyed your other movies? Do you watch any of your films with your kids?
Oh, they love Wedding Crashers. When they were 4, I started showing them that movie. You know, just the tip, just for a second, just to see how it feels. And they love that. They really enjoy it. No, I haven't showed them too much of the films that I've done.
Would you want them to follow you into your line of work? Because it's a perilous business, acting, isn't it?
You know, whatever. I always feel like in life, you should try to follow what you enjoy, because then it's always going to be difficult or hard work. But if you like it, maybe you're more willing to stick with it. But if you pick something that you don't like, it's kind of harder to go with it. So I kind of let her kind of decide what she hopefully will grow into. But I don't really push them too much in a direction or try to make decisions for where I think their life will go. I just try to expose them to stuff and give them some time to play.
So but you made up your mind fairly early. You wanted to act, didn't you?
I did, yes. I just enjoyed acting. I don't know that I really thought it could be a profession until I got older, but I just knew that I kind of enjoyed it.
And what kind of jobs did you have, the interim jobs, when you were starting out? Did you have to go through a lot of kind of...
I did telemarketing, which is a terrible job. You call people and you try to convince them to buy things. I was just so happy. I was 16, I had this job, and I would go to a nondescript building, and we were selling tickets to the Lake County, where I live, Lake County Sheriff's Police Rodeo. But looking back, I don't know that there was a rodeo. Right? But I guess by saying it was a sheriff's police rodeo, it would sound pretty convincing. And we had like a form to read, and one of the things we would say is, you know, would you like to buy a family package? Would you like a family of 4 to go watch this rodeo for the police? We're going to benefit the police. And if they said no, we hit them up for $5, would they like to send an orphan?
Wow.
Would they like to send an orphan to the rodeo? And then it started to hit me. I started to think, well, how many orphans are there? There's a lot of people going to the rodeo.
How many orphan tickets did you sell?
I sold quite a bit. I was like one of the leaders of the orphan tickets. Wow. But I didn't really realize until afterwards that, you know, maybe there's not that many orphans, and maybe this guy who has soup in the back with the girl who's a lot younger than him, maybe he's up to no good. But that was one of my jobs that I had younger. I was a lifeguard. That was fun. When I was a lifeguard, I remember I was at the YMCA, and there was an older lady, little heavy set, and she had on, what do they call them, kind of flippers, right?
Armbands.
Yeah, armbands. And she was in the shallow part of the pool with her, what would appear to be her grandchildren. And then she started to slowly drift a little bit deeper and a little bit deeper. And the woman who ran the YMCA said, you need to help her. You need to get in that water, and you need to help her. She can't swim. She has the flippers on, and she's drifting. So, of course, I got up, I got in the water, and I moved her maybe 10 feet, just kind of gently took her and moved her to the shallow side. When I got out, she made a real big deal out of it, as if we were like war vets. She was like, congrats on your first save. I thought that felt great, like maybe that is my first save. I remember I went home at the dinner table and I waited for my turn to talk to my dad. I was like, well, someone had their first save today. He said, well, what happened? He said, well, you didn't really save anyone. You just kind of gently helped a grandma get over to the other side.
Now, I've got to mention Swingers. That's a movie that people who saw it, they fell in love with that film. That must have been the moment when you realised, OK, I could make a go of this. When was that, 95, 96? That's
right. It came out in 96. I think we shot it in 94, or maybe right around then. Yeah, that was, you know, we just sort of, that we shot in like 22 days, 21 days, Swingers. And this is sort of brawls like that. You know, this director is very unique and defiant and has his own voice. And when we did that movie, we were told when we were trying to set up the movie, you know, you can't use swing music, you got to use music that was popular at the time. And we sort of stuck to what we wanted to tell, and then, of course, it sort of caught on.
It's, well, it's an amazing film. I mean, you watch it again now, and it's so weird. I mean, not weird, but you're so young in that film.
Yeah. And I have hair in that film.
Yeah. Well, but it's amazing. I mean, you still look OK.
Yeah.
But older.
Older.
Which happens.
It does.
Yeah, well, look,
not to you. You don't age a day.
Oh, thank you.
You look great, doesn't he? You look fantastic.
I know what you're doing there.
Oh, I mean that honestly.
I know exactly what you're doing.
What am I doing? I'm giving you a compliment.
No,
you keep it tight. You like to keep it tight.
You're not. You're being...
Do you have a stretching routine? What is the exercise routine? Well, let me ask you. It's important to know because you look fantastic. Is it more weights or cardio?
I do a little Pilates.
Okay.
Pilates is hard.
It is, but you know what? It's worth it. Am I right? It's fantastic.
Vince, it's great to have you back on the show, and the movie I thought was amazing.
Well, thank you so much.
You were amazing in it. Vince Vaughn, ladies and gentlemen.
Great to see you as always.
Vince Vaughn's going to stick around, still to come on the show. I'll be chatting to Stormzy, and Bradley Walsh is waiting to ring. See you after the break. Welcome back to the show. Now, I was just chatting to Vince in the breakdown. I was saying, are you familiar with grime?
I'm not overly familiar, but I got to meet Stormzy backstage, and he's lovely.
He's lovely. I'm not as familiar either, so before we bring Stormzy out there, here he is in action. Look at this.
Man, should I say he's better than me? Tell my man, shut up. Shut up. Mention my name in your tweets. I rude boy, shut up. Shut up.
Ain't dropped nothing for a minute, I'm fine. Roll to the booth, then I bill it with rhymes.
You got those cigarettes and kush, don't ever let me down. You got those cigarettes and kush, don't ever let me down. You got those cigarettes and kush, don't ever let me down.
You're way too big for your boots. You're never too big for the boot. I got the big size toes my feet. Your face ain't big for my boots.
Here he is, ladies and gentlemen, Stormzy! I think we're going to have to get a bigger couch. Look at it. Stormzy, great to have you here. Let's just establish, Stormzy is not your birth name, is not your given name?
No, Michael's my real name.
Michael.
Yeah.
You have a number of aliases, I believe. Big Mike, that's not...
Big Mike, yeah.
The Problem?
The Problem, yeah.
What was the problem?
I'm the problem.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here's one I think I can work out for myself. Stiff chocolate.
Easy, yeah.
Did you give that one to yourself, or did someone else call you that?
Self-proclaimed, to be
Wow.
honest. Yeah.
That's confidence,
It's, do you
like
know
that.
what, it's not actually what you think.
Well, you don't know what it is. I think it is. Well, what is it?
Do you know what? Yeah, it's probably what you think.
Yeah. Okay. Vince, did you have any nicknames? Do you have any either self-proclaimed or given to you by others?
I didn't have any. I always found like if a nickname was nice, someone usually gave it to themselves, right?
Yeah.
And but no, I never had a nickname. But he has a lot of handles, which I like. That's
You can be Big V.
Big V.
Big V.
Do you know, that's so funny, because I know everyone else is thinking what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Big V.
Big V and stiff chocolate.
Well, we're bringing people together. Now, how would one describe grime? Because it's not. I mean, rapping is involved in it, but it's not rap as such.
Yeah, it's such. I find it so hard to describe grime, especially to Americans as well. Not like that. Not like that. But because the culture is so different. But grime's like a fusion of like British street culture, Jamaican like reggae and bashment and like sound system clashing and there's loads of infusions, but it's also mainly the culture around it, like so the fashion, the slang, the mannerisms. Yeah.
So this is Stormzy's album, Gang Signs and Prayer. This has been out for a while. Went to #1, and it's out still now. And you're working on a new one, I guess.
Yeah, I'm back in album 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Same sort of mix with R&B and grime?
Oh, I can't tell you that.
Well, why not? Hey, stiff chocolate, come on, be straight.
No, I'm back in the studio. I'm just every time I work on my art, I always try and push. I know that sounds so cliche for an artist to say, like, push the boundaries and be genre defying and all of that. But every time I go back into the studio, that's exactly what I'm trying to do. As much as I've excelled in my field, I feel like I've still got a lot of artistry to prove, and like, because the music's the most important thing for myself.
Well, that's the way to keep fresh and to keep yourself involved as well.
Exactly, yeah.
Now, how old were you when you started rapping, do you think?
I think I was about 12.
Wow.
13.
And that was in public, or that was just learning at home? And
That was just like, yeah, on the ends with my friends.
And what kind of artists did you emulate? Who did you rap along? Who did you want to be like?
Back then, I wanted to be like all the older lots, so like your Wileys, your Skeptors, your Dizzy Rascals. I think that I'm like the first probably generation of artists who we grew up on British music.
Yeah.
So all like the older ones, they've grown up on hip hop, and they had to make this thing called grime.
Now, and what were you like as a kid at school? Were you a hard-working, scholarly young man, or were you more of a loafer, not as involved? I mean, what kind of...
The nickname was The Problem.
The problem, yeah. That came a bit later, though. But
I should have thought
I was a bit of a little shit. Can I say shit?
Yeah.
Can I say it? Yeah.
That was another one of your nicknames, wasn't it? Little shit.
Little shit, exactly. Yeah, little shit. But yeah, no, I was a bit of a I played the fine line between like being excelling academically and getting all my grades, but then I also played the flipping class clown, troublemaker, annoying little prick. Like, yeah.
And before you enjoyed success as a grime artist, I was asking Vince about the jobs he had. Did you have a bunch of jobs? Did you work through a number of occupations?
I had first of all I worked at Screwfix. And then, got sacked.
Oh, now what did you get sacked for? Can we say?
I can't even remember, you know. I just remember going in, there was like, yeah, you're probation. I was like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah. I mean, you never saw that as a career.
Yeah. I was there for the bants, really.
Yeah.
And then after that,
I should explain to Vince, bants is short for banter.
Banter.
And it means like cheeky
Enjoying the conversation as well. What we've been doing well all night.
We had bants. We're enjoying bants.
Yes.
And so I'm always fascinated when I see the rap battles going on.
Yeah.
Now, did you do any of those kind of things?
Yeah, we call it clashing. So rap battles like an American thing, like rap battles. But clashing's like Grime's clashing.
Okay, and
What
so...
would be the distinction? What's the difference between the two?
I think America, you lot are polite over there. That's what it is.
Chicago and Detroit and those places, like even like, you know, back in the day with Snoop and all those guys in LA, those battles were, those guys could get into.
Yeah, but I've watched, I feel like there's a lot of respect there, like, as in, like...
Well, we're having a bit of a clash battle going on.
No, this is a celebration. This is more of a celebration.
Yeah, this is...
Yeah.
No,
But I
you
see
know,
what you're saying.
We're
They
having
were-
banter. What was the word? Banter.
Banter.
Little banter.
Bants,
Little
yes.
Bants with a Z.
That's right.
So, but would you get personal? Because it can be... I
Yeah,
guess
yeah,
it would
yeah,
be
yeah,
insulting
yeah,
if
yeah,
someone's
yeah,
saying
yeah.
your...
your mum.
Your mum is
Yeah.
always the place to go to.
Yeah,
isn't it?
always. Go straight for the mum if you're trying to...
OK, let's have a look now. We're speaking about mums here. And I have a clip from Know Me From.
OK. I thought you was going to cast my mum there. I was...
Your mum's in this?
Yeah,
That's why
yeah,
this
yeah.
is fun. Let's see. So, so how did it come about? Did your mum ask for a cameo in this video? or did you just...
No. I forced her. And it's so funny because she literally... The video you were about to... That's the only take that she done right.
OK.
And we done it about 30 times. And it was so hard being, like, a lovely son, but also a music professional who needs to get a video right. Yeah. So it's like, yeah, Mum, can you get it right, please? Please, like, it's the 30th take, please get it right.
I'll be honest with you, it doesn't look like she's doing... I mean, she's good in it, but she's not doing that much.
Exactly. This is what I'm saying, Mum. I'm saying, Mum, you literally got one job. Just come in the scene and, yeah, but it took some time.
So what was she doing wrong?
Everything. Like, so sometimes she'll come in late, sometimes she was like going off in different directions. I'm saying, Mum, I love you, but fucking hell.
You've got to, sometimes you've got to lay it on the line with your mother.
Help me out here, Mum.
OK, let's see, Mum. This is the one good take, and it's a good one.
This is the one good one.
Where'd you get rollie from? I do not know this story. Where do you know me from? Out here like the road deep song, man. I'm trying to put my coldies on. I do not know this story. Where do you know me from? 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 Where do you know me from?
Doing it friendly.
She was tremendous.
She was tremendous.
Got there right.
Matter of fact, I think she was good. I think the other person was letting the side down right there. But you've worked with your parents. Didn't you put your dad in Swingers? Is that right?
I did, yeah. Small part in Swingers, he did, yeah. And in the breakup as well.
And was that tough for you, working with your dad? Did you have to...
It's odd. It's really nice, isn't it?
Yeah, but then there's a professional side of we need to get this work done, innit? So.
Yeah. I mean, it's a nice experience. You feel very blessed to have that with your parents, but there is that kind of... it brings a little tension to it.
Yeah,
as well.
a little bit, just a little bit.
So that won't be happening.
Is Mom going to be in another video?
She's not going to be in another video.
I think now she'll be ready.
Right.
No, honestly, I think now she loves it.
Now, is this right? You're quite a fan of Jeremy Corbyn?
Yeah, I like Corbyn. He's cool.
Interestingly, you spoke out against Theresa May.
Yeah.
Now, what was the phrase you called her? What did
A pagan.
A pagan?
Yeah.
Now,
a lot of people thought I said like other things, but just a pagan.
Yeah, no, I wasn't familiar with that phrase. What does pagan actually mean?
Just like a snake.
Yeah. Wow, so that's pretty on the nose right there. Why don't you tell us what you think about it?
Yeah. Do you know what it is? You see all this politics stuff, even all like. Yeah. Let me put it like this. I remember when I was in primary school, and for whatever reason at the time, I could have sworn Tony Blair was like this great guy. Do you get what I mean?
I think we do.
So since then, I've just had trust issues with him. Like, it's all, you know what I mean? So since then, it's been a bit like...
Disillusion.
Disillusion, exactly,
But you have faith in Jeremy, and I know that's been a big help to him, you know, because a lot of grime artists right now, they reckon that's a big...
Yeah, don't mess it up.
Yeah. Have you...
Is that the camera I got to point at?
Yeah.
Don't mess it up, Jay.
Now, you're going to be a mentor on the X Factor.
Yeah.
Are you a fan of the X Factor?
Yeah, I love the X Factor.
So you're going to go in and you'll be mentoring. And are you going to particularly be looking for someone who is in the same field as you? Someone who raps, someone who does grime, or are you just...
Nah, not in the X Factor, no. No. No, I'm just looking, a vocalist. I don't, come on. But, no, it was sick. X Factor, yeah, proper. This is, like, for me, I'm not gonna lie, like, stuff like the X Factor and Jonathan Ross show, this is like prime time, you know what I mean? Like, it's crazy, like, so, but even just the ambition of it, like, yeah, flip it, like, let's, why can't I be on Jonathan Ross and be on X Factor?
Exactly,
You know what I mean?
and we're
Like,
thrilled to have you here. We're lucky to have you here.
Yeah,
because you're a major
me,
talent, and it's genuine. It's a thrill having you on here. So thank you for coming on. The album is out right now. Gang signs and prayers. Even someone as elderly as me can enjoy this. Some amazing lyrics on there and some amazing songs as well. Stormzy, ladies and gentlemen. Still to come, don't go away. We've got Bradley Walsh out here, Jamie Bell, and Annette Bening. Don't go away. Welcome back to the show. We've still got Vince Vaughn and Stormzy right here, ladies and gentlemen, but let's bring my next guest out. He would love to be the king of grime, but the only way that's going to happen if he gets an advert for Sillet Bang. It is. One of my favourite... You know it's too, Bradley. Here he is, the fabulous Bradley Walsh, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, brothers, it's great to have you here. Let's just clear this up just to make sure. You guys were kind of rivals in the charts.
Well, you were rivals, yeah. But
now, I want to check. There's no beef here. That's not going on. There's
no. I just want you
You're
know.
actually my best friend now, aren't you?
Yeah, we're best friends. You know, he's stiff chocolate. I'm just stiff.
Yeah.
And, or soon will be at this rate.
But you guys met already at the Brits. And that kind of caused a bit of a stir. There was people were saying, "Oh, this is going to happen. Bradley and Stormzy are going to collaborate on something."
Yeah.
And is this happening, or is there absolutely no chance?
No, I think we've got half a chance. Seriously, I think we've seriously got half a chance. I don't care what Stormzy says. We have seriously more than half a chance.
Yeah.
It's absolutely. He's going to rap on my new album, and I'm going to I'll unwrap his.
Wow. But, you know, your album sold so well, and, you know, I kind of wasn't surprised, because I know you can sing, and you're such a well-loved entertainer, and I've always loved what you do.
Thanks.
But for it to be that big, that must have surprised everyone, didn't
Well,
it?
it surprised me especially. I was doing an opening for Tonight at the London Palladium, and I sang a song, and Sony Music were in that night, and I sang live. And they said, look, after the show, they said, we didn't realise you could sing. And I said, well, I've been singing for years, but with a small jazz band and stuff. And then, why are you sitting so far away, lads? And then, get closer, I'm not Harvey Weinstein.
Too soon, innit?
Thank you, Stormzy. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, right.
Who thought on this table here Stormzy would be the sensible one?
And so I was surprised, and Sony Music said afterwards, we didn't realise you could sing. Do you want to release an album? Do you want to do something with us? And I said, yeah, OK. And 2 days later, we were sitting in a hotel in London discussing an album deal. And that was it, really.
But it's been huge, and you've done another one. You've recorded the other one already.
Just finished it, yeah.
It's not out yet. This is it. It's called When You're Smiling.
Wow. You've got it already. Where'd you get that? I haven't seen that. Wow. Stormzy, that's cool. So I want Stormzy to do something for me next.
Okay.
I'd like to do something on my album.
Would you, Stormzy, what are the chances of that happening?
Yeah.
Because I love his... Because I actually love his stuff.
Thank you.
What's your favourite track of Stormzy's?
I think Velvet is brilliant.
Yes.
Oh, OK.
I think Velvet is brilliant because I love all the speeded up lyrics at the start. And
anyway, let's speed it up.
Hang on, here we go.
So,
listen to this. I'm blinded by your face.
Grace.
Grace. Hang on.
Okay.
Hang on. I'm blinded by your grace every night, every day. And I was lost, yeah. But ever since you found me, I'm blinded by your grace. Through the darkness you came and I'll be all right.
This is one of the weirdest things I've ever seen in my life. I mean, it's kind of beautiful.
That was amazing. You had a point.
The bromance is real, ladies and gentlemen. Well, Stormzy, you're coming back in a few weeks to perform. That's the track you're going to do for us here in the studio, isn't it?
Part 2. That was part 1.
Part
Yeah,
one. That was part 2.
You're clued up, Brad.
I like your album cover, by the way. The Last Supper.
Thank you
That
very
is
much.
really cool. That is
Cheers.
a great. It's really cool. You haven't got any more. Someone's taken it. They showed me
just gave it
backstage.
away. Yeah.
Have you got it?
Well, it's better than that cover. Look at that.
I'll tell you why. Take no notice, lads. Take no notice. I'll tell you why that's like that. At the end of that session, I was knackered. I had to lean on. You know what I mean? I was absolutely shattered at the end of that.
I seriously, I thought it was Mary Berry. I didn't know it was you. I thought that is a beautiful older lady right there.
A beautiful older lady. I once got rescued in a pool by Vince.
Back together again. Yeah.
Cool. That's what jarred the memory.
A lovely moment. Now, we can't have you without talking about The Chase, because The Chase is an amazing show. Do we have any Chase fans in? Yeah. I love The Chase. You've done it with families now. You've changed the show. And that, I mean, I genuinely, I love the show. I watch it whenever it's on. So what's the difference?
Well, you've been on it.
I loved it.
Yeah.
It was great. How is it different with families as opposed to regular...
Well, the great thing about families, Jonathan, is that they can say stuff that you can't say to members of the public. So if they're standing there, the 4 players are standing there. We had one guy on. He was... he told his wife, don't go for that. Don't go for that. Anyway, she goes, I'm not listening to him. And, of course, you wouldn't do that to a normal contestant, a member of the public you've only just met. It wouldn't be so rude. And anyway, she goes for it, and she goes sort of out. She goes out, and I turned back to and he went... shoulder, like you would do in your kitchen at home. And I think that is the secret behind it. And the show's sensational. It's a fantastic format. It's great.
Do they have The Chase in America?
Yeah, they do. They have the American Chase. It's just the beast on his own, Mark Lebet.
Have you seen it? Have you seen it?
I haven't. I have not seen it.
Game Show GSN, Game Show Network.
Stormzy, have you watched The Chase? Do you watch The Chase?
I love The Chase.
Do you see
No. Genuinely, the other day, we was all at my house, all drinking and, yeah.
Was this your mandem?
Yeah, the mandem.
Yeah.
The mandem. So me and my missus had a big argument because I was adamant that I will murk The Chase. Like...
I beg your pardon?
I will murk The Chase. Like,
You would beat The Chaser,
I'll destroy it. Like, No, wait.
What's murk mean?
Murk, destroy it, fuck it up, whatever you want to call it.
Oh, no, I prefer murk.
Because every time I watch it, I usually win about 60% of the time.
So you'd be pretty confident?
Yeah.
Well, if I was to tell you that we had one of the Chasers here right now, and Bradley, what if I was to ask you whether you would host a special edition of The Chase with Stormzy to see if he is as good as his word? What do you reckon, Stormzy? You up for this?
Let's go.
Let's bring out The Chaser. Come on out, and... We're going to play first to 3. If you both get to 3, we're going to have a tie break. Okay?
I'm so nervous.
Well, you were saying at home, you're saying that you could murk her. He said he could murk you. Have you ever been murked, governess?
Not that I'll admit to.
I'm going to sit over here with Vince. That's frightening. I never thought I'd say this. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to The Chase. It's the governess versus stiff chocolate. Governess, I'm going to ask you a question. All you have to do is write A, B or C. That's all you have to do. Very simple. Stormzy, you with us?
I'm trying to look at my answers. Let's go.
I don't care about your answers.
Well.
Governess, do you like Stormzy music?
I like Big for Your Boots.
Oh, nice. Thank you.
Do you like the governess, Stormzy?
I love you.
Do you?
I'm gonna fucking murk you right now. Let's go.
Here we go. Question number 1. Where would you find the Sea of Tranquility? No helping, folks, there in the audience. Where would you find the Sea of Tranquility? A, Cornwall. B, the Moon. C, Wales. A, Cornwall. B, the Moon. C, Wales. OK. Governess, let's see what you put. Yes, absolutely. And Stormzy, B, yes, 1 each.
Yeah. 1 for 1. 1 for 1. 1 for 1.
1-1.
It's close.
Here's question 2 for you. Here's question 2. Stormzy, Governess, you ready? Stormzy, you OK with that?
Yeah.
I don't know what am I doing? It's like I'm running a proper show. OK. It's not even a real city. It's a pile of shit, that. There's nothing there.
Get on with it.
When was the Angel of the North 4 feet from St Paul's? What's that all about? That's the smallest country I've ever been in. Right, here we go. Question 2. Vince Vaughn hails from Chicago. What is the name of their baseball team? Is it A, Chicago Cubs, B, Chicago Bears, or C, Chicago Town Pizzas? A, Chicago Cubs, B, Chicago Bears, C, Chicago Town Pizzas. OK, Governess, you've put A, Chicago Cubs. Stormzy, A, yes, Chicago Cubs, well played.
2 for 2. 2 for 2.
2 for 2.
First 1 to 3.
First for 3. All right.
What does the phrase crepes mean? What does the phrase crepes mean?
You are fucked now. Oh, mate.
I think he means it's over.
I've been stitched up, haven't I?
Right, here we go. What does the phrase crepes mean? A, friends, B, trainers, C, C, pancakes. What does the phrase crepes mean? A, friends, B, trainers, C, pancakes. OK, I think Stormzy knows this. We'll go first to Stormzy. Stormzy, what have you put, A, B or C? Trainers, ha-ha. Trainers was B, of course. Governess? Yes, get it, Governess!
Wow. Stormzy, you are overconfident.
Do you want a tiebreaker?
I think we've got to go to a tie-break, ladies and gentlemen.
Tie-break question. How many copies of Bradley Walsh's debut album, Chasing Dreams, was sold in 2016? This was a sick album, man. Deng. Plank. How many copies of Bradley Walsh's debut album, Chasing Dreams, were sold in 2016? Closest to the answer wins. So you've got to write a figure. Have that.
Do you know what? I know what it done in the first week, so I can kind of gauge it from there. Ha!
51. Stormzy, what have you put?
275,000.
275,000. What have you put, Governors? 999,000, almost a million. Well, let me tell you,
Crown me.
it was indeed 111,650. Stormzy is
Thank you to the Governess, ladies and gentlemen. Don't go away because two of the best actors in the business, Jamie Bell and Annette Bening, will be joining us after the break. See you in a couple. Welcome back to the show. That was genuinely exciting.
Yes, it was genuinely
exciting. Let's get my next guest out. He burst onto the scene after an amazing performance in Billy Elliot. She's the star. The Grifters, Bugsy and American Beauty. They just come from the premiere of their new movie here in town. It is Jamie Bell and Annette Bening. To meet you.
Pleasure.
Thank you for coming on. Lovely to meet you. Jamie, great to see you again. Great to see you. How did the film go? Very good. Good.
Hello.
Can I ask you, I'm going to ask all of you this, but about your relationship, because you've been married now, is it 25 years?
Yes.
To Warren Beatty, who is a man whose work I have admired and loved all my life, especially some of his earlier films. I love him. But he's very a political person.
Yes.
So I imagine you probably share at least his interest in politics for you to be together.
We're all obsessed with politics.
Yeah. So it must be a particularly strange time to be living in America right now.
Yes, it is a particularly strange time. A lot of us don't feel that the president represents our point of view.
And so how do you make peace with that on a day-to-day basis? You're just waiting it out, or...?
No, you don't make peace with it. We try to keep as educated as we can, and we'll see. As everything has happened so quickly, but we'll have to see how things play out.
Fingers crossed for you.
Thank you.
Jamie, you just got married this year, didn't you?
I did, in July, yeah.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
That's really lovely. So you're a kind of new kid on the block. Bradley, how long have you been married for now?
21 years.
21 years, that's amazing.
Something like that.
That's amazing. Vince, you've been married for quite a while.
8 years.
8 years. Well, congratulations. Storms, you know where I'm going with this.
I've been with my miss. Well, I'm not married, but my missus. I've been with her for almost about 3 years.
Well, that's lovely.
Yeah.
But you don't have any kids yet. You think of having kids?
Yeah, one day I would love to have kids, but my missus is a working woman, so she's got a not to say working woman, but do you know what I mean? She's focusing on her career right now. That's right. Yeah, that's the one.
I understand.
Yes.
I didn't mean to get you into any trouble.
Yeah.
I really didn't. No, I didn't. Jamie, how did you meet your partner? Was
so I met, she's called Kit, and I met her on a screen test about 12 years ago. And neither of us got the part. Which is great. But she did have to kiss a lot of other guys during that screen test because, you know, they all kind of roll in one after the other. And there was a lot of people there, pop stars, legitimate movie stars. Yeah. Not me. And she went home and her mum was like, how's your day? And she was like, you know, I kissed a lot of guys today, but that Jamie Bell was a good kisser.
Wow.
Right. Yeah, and, so, and then 12 years later, we ended up getting married. So.
Wow, but it took her 12 years to get on
to figure it out, yeah. So kind of step up.
But that's unusual, I imagine, because, I mean, but when you... OK, let me drill down into this, Jamie.
OK.
So you're acting kissing, which is different to real kissing.
Right, yes.
And yet there was still a spark.
Yes.
So you must have been giving it a little extra something than you would normally give it in that situation.
Yes, I would have to agree with you, maybe. But I'm very professional, as you know, as we were.
Of course.
But listen, it all worked out in the end.
It worked out beautifully.
Very happy about it, yeah.
But let me just drill into this a bit more.
Jeez.
Cool.
His sweaty palms.
Yeah, I won't at all. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
OK, so the film is called... It's an unusual title for film. Film stars Don't Die in Liverpool. It's out November the 17th. Now, how would you... who wants to describe the movie for us? Because it's based on a true story.
I think Annette would love to.
No, I think you were going to, weren't you?
Cool. Yeah. So it's a true story. This guy called Peter Turner had this relationship, this love affair with this old film actress of the 50s, the silver screen icon called Gloria Graham. And they embarked upon this May to December relationship. It became the most important relationship in this young man's life. But it's a portrait of their relationship together, really.
So, I mean, it is an unusual story, especially someone who was as big as she... Because she won the Oscar, of course, Gloria Graham, didn't she?
She did. She was a great femme fatale in those film noir movies in the 50s. But then as time went on, she really had a hard time of it. She had a pretty scandalous life. She was married 4 times. She had 4 children. And when she got, you know, past the 50s and into the 60s and 70s, she really had a hard time getting work. But she was asked to come to England and do theatre. And she met this wonderful young actor, and they fell in love.
And a genuine romantic love blossomed and stayed through for the rest of her life. You said she had a kind of scandalous love life, and in particular, there was one marriage which does strike one as seeming a little odd.
Yes. So Gloria was married 4 times. Her second marriage was to Nick Ray, who was a great director.
He did Rebel Without a Cause, of course.
Exactly, and they divorced. He had 2 children from a previous marriage. They had a son together. And she went on to marry 2 more people. But the last person she married was one of her stepsons from Nick Ray. So she actually married her stepson. Yeah. And she did, and they had 2 children.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a tough conversation to have with the father of the man you're about to marry, saying, you know, remember we were married and I'm now marrying one of your sons. I mean, that's...
Yes, I think it was tough.
Wow.
How's that Christmas dinner?
OK, let's have a look at this. Is, as I said, it's called Film Stars Don't Die in Liverpool. It opens on November the 17th. A beautiful love story.
You're the next door guy, right?
Which makes you the girl next door.
I need a partner for my dance class. If I make you a drink, you come into my room and hustle with me?
If you fix me a drink, I'll come in and clean your bathroom.
So, is this like a date?
You look beautiful.
That's Gloria Graham. Big name in black and white films. Gloria, love. You should have given me some warning as I put the electric blankets on. Peter, you are all I need.
Has anyone ever told you you look like Lauren Bacall when you smoke?
Yeah, Humphrey Bogart.
Oh.
I didn't like it then either.
Film stars don't die in Liverpool. Jamie, I should say, of course, it's amazing to see you back on screen with Julie Walters, of course.
Yeah,
'cause you
I
were
know.
together, but yeah,
Been
now-
17 years.
Was this the first time you've worked
It
together?
was
since
the
then?
first time I've seen her for a long time. Yeah. I'm thankfully just a bit taller than she is now.
And a very different relationship you have in this film, of course.
Yes, mother, not teacher.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And no dancing with her.
No dancing with her, but with her.
Yeah. Hey, lovely to have you here. The film is tremendous. It opens November the 17th. It's called Film Stars Don't Die in Liverpool. Will you join me in saying thank you to Annette Bening and Jamie Bell, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you so much for joining me. Thanks to all my guests tonight. Join me next week on the show when Ed Sheeran will be here, Rita Ora and Gordon Ramsay. But now with his new single, Can't See Straight, it is the fabulous Jamie Lawson!
Shooting stars shining down on your face, dancing under moonlight with you. You keep me calm when I'm a certain disgrace. You keep me on my toes with your moves. And you pull me inside out and outside in, give my heart palpitations, keep my pulse racing. Oh, and I can't see straight when I'm thinking about you. Yeah, you make my head spin with the things that you do. I feel dizzy when you tell me you love me too. I can't see straight when I'm thinking about you. You're making magic on me under your spell. Girl, you got the music in you. I'm falling for you, oh, I know you can tell. 'Cause you're reciprocating it too. You turn me upside down and downside up, give me an education to fall in love. Oh, and I can't see straight when I'm thinking about you. Yeah, you make my head spin with the things that you do. I feel dizzy when you tell me you love me too. I can't see straight when I'm thinking about you. Oh no. Say it to me now. And I'm head over heels and heels over head. You're the only explanation for discombobulation, baby. I can't see straight when I'm thinking about you. Yeah, you make my head spin with the things that you do. I feel dizzy when you tell me you love me too. I can't see straight when I'm thinking about you. No, I can't see straight when I'm thinking about you.
Jamie Lawson!